something that I've been thinking about is that we actually don't hate people. We don't hate people. We actually just hate actions. There are people that when you say you hate them, a lot of times there was like either a deep violation that resulted in some form of expectation of them, right? Like, I thought better of you, or there was love shared between you and a person, but then there was a deep violation, and you think, oh, I hate them, I hate them. But it's actually what happened between you that you hate. It's not actually that person. To be continued. I had to open up the word. So Genesis 1:26 says, Then God said, Let us make man in our image, according to our likeness, and let them rule over the fish of the sea, over the birds of the sky, and over the cattle and everything, right? Verse 27, God created man in his own image. In the image of God, he created him. Male and female, he created them. 28, God blessed them, and God said to them, Be fruitful and multiply and fill the earth and subdue it and rule over the fish of the sea and over the birds of the sky and over every living thing that moves on the earth. So I'm sharing this to say, to share how there was expectation when God created people, when God created man, and how sin is in conflict with that expectation. And so when the Bible talks about God hating sin, it's not that he hates men. It's when we identify with our sin and try to embody that thing over God, right? Like, he made us with him in mind first, before he made us with all these other options and idols that we could pick up and have that counter him, but also that compromise us, that hurt us, that aren't even equivalent shadows of good, right? Like, it's like, yeah. And I think about this particular verse because we're talking about it in church, and like just the basics of the gospel. Like, what happened? Like, what is all this about? What is everything going on? Like, what is all this about? The train of thought that I'm following right now at 10:20 p.m. is that currently the Lord is taking me, Samantha Lucky, on a journey of really understanding the depth of love that he has placed in me as a reflection of him. And a part of it is really acknowledging the depth of hate that I have the potential for, and why it's there, and how I can actually release it. Like, it's not something that I have to be subject to. I don't have to give into it and harbor offenses in my heart. I don't have to harbor anger when it's really the action of others. It's the action, the witnessing of offenses around me and to me that I hate. But it's actually only because I also carry a deep love for other people. And I think all of us do. I think all of us do. He didn't make me alone as into his likeness. He made all of us in his likeness. I'm literally holding y'all at such a weird little angle. But in the same way where it might be easy and our instinct to like flare up against someone, I want to say that there's also an opportunity, like a beautiful acknowledgement that I even feel this anger because I have such deep capacity to love, and what I'm seeing is in conflict with that right now. But I can actually engage that part of me. I can actually engage that part of me because the love that we carry is actually what's going to counter all the hatred and wrong and offense that we see in the world. Like, what he planted in us is the only way we're actually going to see better. Like, the love we wish to see naturally, we actually have to like pull it up out of us, because he gave it. We actually have to pull it up out of us and walk with it, like walk in it. And it's not, I need to learn everything. Like, yeah, get in the word because it's going to keep you grounded. But I'm on my 4th read through of this joint, and this year has been really walk it out. Like, you can know all the things you can watch all the TikToks, you can listen to all the sermons, you could read all the verses, but allowing the verse to actually be your life, like to actually embody it, that is when like all the other noise can start to fall away. It gets cut off. So yeah, we don't actually hate anyone. We hate the actions that people may do that come with the state of our fallen world. But we actually have the solution. And I think everybody, most folks, I think all of us have the capacity to wake up and start walking it out. So, yeah, thanks for coming to my TED Talk. And I'm going to quote other verses because even as I glance to the word, it talks about God hating evildoers and everything, right? But again, emphasizing that if a youngin identifies and doubles down on, yeah, I'm a murderer, yeah, I'm a sexual offender, yeah, I'm this and that, and I don't want to be any different, then they have now embodied the thing that he hates, right? But that's us signing ourselves over and saying, we don't want love here. We don't want love. So I'm going to put the different scriptures to reference as encouragement to say, hey, this moment even of somebody committing an offense is not the totality of this person unless they've doubled down. But a lot of us have not doubled down. So a lot of the things and people that we hate, their life isn't over, or that moment does not encompass the totality of that person. And so let's really counter it with some love, because even though he hates the evildoers, do you know what he did? He died for them. He died. And John 15:13 says, no greater love than this, to lay down one's life for a friend. No greater love than this. And that's what he did. And he considers us friends. He said we were made in his image. He has expectation, a future, and a hope for us. I'm just going to put all the joints that come to mind in the caption. Peruse, read, save this for later. But love is the greater thing. And it actually does conquer death. It actually does. It actually does. The worst of the worst offenses, all those things are actively countered by love. And so what does that look like? We got to really walk it out. Small stuff to the big stuff. And we will continue to see the glory of the Lord in the land of the